Oh, Crystal, thank God
that?
I found you. I'm Jonathan, you know, love of your life, all that jazz.
Oh yeah, you sound familiar now. I can't see you, I'm sorry.
Well, look, I really need your help. We're getting ready to run that new series of ads for Garbage Horror, and I got this new ad copy I need you to take a look at.
I just told you I can't see. How the hell am I supposed to help you if I can't see?
You can see fine. You have 20/20 vision. You've had it for as long as I've known you.
I can't see now.
Look. Haha! Caught ya.
I didn't see anything.
Yes, you did. You caught.
No, I didn't. I'm blind. I can't see. I can't contribute to the world. Why don't you just stop it? You're being mean. I'm blind. I can't do it.
Crystal, you can't see the air, but you're able to breathe fine at least, so, I mean, come on. That's all it took. Bachelorhood! Woohoo! Party!
Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Garbage Horror, episode number 11, The Haunting of Marsten Manor.
That would have been more interesting.
That would have been a lot more interesting.
So, I guess I should get into what's in this
Why not?
movie. Well, we open up with an old lady dying in her sleep.
Literally the most boring way a person can die.
Yeah.
And actually, she's the only death in the film.
Yeah, I guess so. Unless you can count people who are already dead.
Okay, well, anyway, sorry, please continue.
So she dies, and her niece goes to the lawyer's office to hear the reading of the will. We find out in the scene that the lead character is blind.
And if you missed her yelling at the camera the first time around, don't feel bad. You're going to hear it a lot more.
Yeah.
Plenty of other opportunities to catch up on that fact.
Yeah. So anyway, she finds out that her aunt that the old woman that died is her aunt, and she has left her a house.
Namely, Marsten Manor. Ha-ha!
Name of the movie. And so her and her friends, Rob and Erica, head up to the manor for the weekend to check it out. And on the way there, she starts seeing visions of this strange woman dressed from Civil War period.
Name's Kate, we find out. She identifies herself pretty early in the movie as Kate. And that's all we know is she's appearing to Jill. No one else seems to be able to see her but the blind girl.
Yeah.
And she's blind!
In case you forgot.
Sorry.
No, that's
Please
okay.
Continue.
So that's pretty much the movie in a nutshell. You know,
yeah, there's a weird subplot in it though, where it looks for a brief moment like Rob, who is deeply in love with Jill, and they have one of those will they or won't they subplots that really never develops at all. They just kind of throw it out there and then let it die. But yeah, there's a subplot there where they think he might be playing these tricks on Jill for...
Right.
I still don't know the theory behind why.
Not unless she was just really stretching for a reality check. You know,
yeah, I don't know.
A reason based in reality.
Yeah. A reason based in reality. You come up with that one on your own?
Okay, so maybe I should have thought of... You know, maybe if we actually wrote scripts, this would be a little bit better.
But then we would have the natural, authentic banter between the two of us.
Yeah, well, this is the third take, so you don't get that anyway.
That's very true. But yeah, they have that strange subplot in there, and that's really the only tension in the whole film, as far as plot development and so forth, is when they try to hook that in. Because once that starts going, it stops suddenly, then the climax kicks in, ghosts start happening, and then we quickly, like literally within 10 minutes, we're heading to the end of the film.
Right.
And that's really what's very frustrating about this movie right off the bat, even before we get to the characters, is that this is a film where nothing happens.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very boring movie.
Visually and in terms of character development and dialogue in every respect.
Right.
Because, I mean, you start out with the old lady dying, and literally when an old lady dying in her sleep is the most interesting thing that happens in the first half of the film, there's a problem.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, the other half, you're, you know, trying not to find ways to kill the character through the TV.
Which is a very sad statement, but it's also very true, because most of this movie is three people, Jill, Rob, and Erica, three people you can't stand
right.
talking about things you don't really care about.
No, and it adds nothing to the plot. It adds nothing to character development. So why the hell are they... It's there, I have no idea.
And what's really frustrating is this is a tried and true formula.
Right.
Even leaving out the blind girl, which, mind you, that's been done too.
Right.
This is a tried and true element. A bunch of people, spooky haunted house. The Haunting was one of the first that did it. House on Haunted Hill also did it, a different variation of it. But it can be a very interesting story.
Right, because you could build up, what's going on in her head, what's going on in actuality.
And what's being a prank played by someone else.
Right.
Is someone else interfering? What's going on? There's a lot of angles you can take. The House on Haunted Hill actually did a great job mixing all three of those elements in one movie. So it's a really great flick for an example of how to do this well and still have fun with it. This movie, however, shows that it's not a dead ringer. You have to have good writing, good characters, good character development, and a good plot. Because part of the problem is this movie is so long. It's an 85-minute runtime with so much of it coming before the climax. There's nothing happening. There's no plot twist, no development. Nothing changes in the film.
So sorry if we're short on clips, but there's really nothing to show.
Yeah, I'm loathing the editing of this in a few days. I really am. It's just a very dull film, not a lot going on, and frankly, the characters are pretty much all strangle-worthy, especially Jill. She's the center point of the movie. We're going to get to her in a minute in more detail, but they're just people you don't want to spend time with, and the movie forces you to spend an hour and a half with them. Until the point that you have to take 3 takes of your review because the first 2 you're literally shaking with anger.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't look good on camera. So after a lot of dopamine, we've calmed her down enough to the point she can give a real review.
Yeah, I really, really hate this character.
She's gonna so kill me after this review.
No.
And then I'll be a ghost too. Let's just do good, bad, best, worst.
Yeah, let's get right to it.
Good.
The good, for me, it's the character of Erica.
I find that a controversial good, but go ahead.
Well, it is controversial, but...
We're desperate.
Well, that's true. I guess I could have said the house itself, but no, the good, I'm going with Erica because she's pretty level-headed most of the movie. Mm-hmm. She comes across as a strong character. She tries to find reason when unreasonable things are going on. Yeah. And that's why I like her character.
She plays kind of the one in all these ghost movies that doesn't believe in ghosts.
Right.
There's got to be a logical explanation. Mm-hmm. And I usually like that character a lot. And it doesn't hurt that Erica's also the cute one in this film, too.
Or a redhead.
And it doesn't hurt at all in her case. But like you said, whenever that whole subplot with Rob starts coming up, she just so turns on him. She sees things that might be suspicious and question-worthy, but rather than going, hey, what was going on there, she just don't think, it's him!
Yeah, just jumps on that bandwagon way too easy.
Runs with it and causes a lot of problems later on. She just totally turns on, even though they've all been friends for years and she knows his feelings for Jill, so obviously none of this makes sense to her. It can't.
No.
So, 70% of Erica, I would say is good. How's that for fairness? Well, we can agree to that. Yep. My good is your best.
Correct.
So we're just going to cover them both in one fell swoop. It's the premise. Mm-hmm. The back of the box on this movie sounds awesome.
Yeah, I read it and I wanted to see it. I was excited about seeing the movie on the back of the box. Not what I got.
And come to realize about this review show, when we do these reviews, most of the time, in fact, nearly all the time, we're going into the movie on the first watch through blind. Yeah. All we know is that it was in Netflix or that it was in the $5 bin at Walmart. We've got the front, we got the back of the box. We might have a quick look at IMDb, but that's it. Yeah. That's all we've got. This was an example of the back of the box making a movie sound really interesting, but the actual movie just not living up to it. But the premise of it, the idea of the blind girl having the ability to see things her sighted friends can't. Mind you, it's been done in other horror movies,
right?
But it's pretty cool when it's done well,
right? And
it just wasn't done well. But the premise is awesome. There was a lot of potential there, and I'd like to see a well-written, well-acted movie that tried this exact approach. Mm-hmm. Okay, the bad.
The bad. The dialogue. It was really trite and
let's just play a clip. Yeah. Here's a quick clip from the movie.
I did see her. Maybe my eyesight is coming back.
Oh, Jill.
Sweetheart, your blindness is a genetic disorder and it's not gonna go away. I know you're freaked out. I know this is a creepy place. It's understandable.
I know, she's right. She's right. The shutters banging last night and me scaring you just started off the weekend wrong.
Oh. Hey, are you wearing Robbie the Robot pajamas?
They're vintage!
Oh, is that what you call it?
Oh, yeah, you're the one to talk Bride of Frankenstein. Well, you walking around like that? No wonder Jill's scared.
Excuse me, but have you ever seen a supermodel in the morning? I didn't think so. Nobody looks great when they wake up. Well, except for you.
The whole movie's like that. That's actually not an exceptionally bad example. In some ways, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, well, the reason we picked that one is because, you know, they're trying to comfort.
Yeah, they're trying and failing miserably.
Yeah.
And we joked throughout this movie that the dialogue was written as if you and I were doing the intro and exaggerating the badness.
Right.
So how the hell, and we're going to overtop this, I don't know. Whatever. I hope the intro's good, is all I'm saying. I have no idea what we're doing right now. We're just doing the review portion. I hope it's good. Yeah. But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to one up their badness on the dialogue.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real hard. My bad. The heavy-handed message of this. This has a real after-school special feel to it. It's got, mind you, a very good message that blindness is not the end of the world. You can do great things. Your life can still be important. You can still be awesome. I mean, daredevil rules and all that stuff. It's a good message, but it just bitch slaps you with that message every 30 seconds. There's no subtlety to this movie. For a movie that is primarily 3 people talking in a house, there is no subtlety. It's like watching a train wreck go on in front of your screen, and it's like, hey, blindness is not the end of the world. No. And they did have one moral message dealing with religion. And usually I don't dig religious messages in horror movies, usually just because it just doesn't work.
Right.
It's too much of a conflict. They actually played that with a little more subtlety. They actually toned that down. They got it in there. They got their point across, and they got out.
Yeah.
And that was okay. That actually worked reasonably well. The main message, though, about blindness and disability is just so in your face, so over the top. It's groan worthy the whole way through the movie.
Yeah. It's absolutely horrible.
Okay, we did your best.
Yes.
Which was the premise. So my best is the ghost, Kate.
Yeah.
I really dig this woman. When she's on camera, you want to watch her. She's got great presence. She balances that creepy, sexy thing very well. Looks awesome in that Civil War era dress.
Yep.
And just commands your attention every second she's on screen. And it's kind of a pity she doesn't have more screen time till the climax and after. But then again, as you pointed out before we went live, if she'd had more time, that effect probably would have been mitigated, and it goes to hell.
Right. Because she does kind of change accents a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's a great actress, but she has that presence.
She does have a lot of presence. She's very nice to watch, and it's hard not to watch her.
And when she wants to be a little badass, she can be pretty badass. I
mean, whenever they're showing her up close in the face, and she's getting the kids to the 2 friends. She's telling them to stay back because she needs Jill for a minute. That's a cool scene.
There's some cool parts to her character there. So maybe the actress doing it isn't 100% perfect, but still strong. Enjoyed watching her. Enjoyed her screen time very much.
She's a hell of a lot better than anyone else in this movie.
That's not saying much.
No.
And speaking of which, the worst were in total unison.
Jill.
Big shot there.
Pity party Patty.
Jill, I understand the goal of Jill was to make her whiny, make her self-loathing, make her self-pitying, so that there could be character development. I get that. You have to start from somewhere bad to get to somewhere good. The problem is the bad was so far over the top. A, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And B, it was incredibly annoying, aggravating, and I would dare say...
offensive.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Very, very offensive.
I'm glad you were the one to put that out there. Very offensive. I have a brother who's hearing impaired. You have an aunt who's blind. We're close to people with disabilities. I've been involved in the deaf and blind community for most of my life in some capacity or another. Jill's probably the most offensive thing I have seen in relation to that ever. I mean, my brother's one of my heroes. I mean, I say that without any sardonicism. I watched him as a young boy struggle with it. I watched him overcome it. I watched him grow beyond it. I watched him go to the same high school I went to, get the same GPA I got, graduate with the same honors I did, go on to college, graduate, and do great things with his life. He's currently got a wonderful job and doing absolutely awesome things. Someone like Jill, just even though she's meant to be a developing character, sets that back.
Yeah, and I think that we should show a clip here to just explain this character.
This is the first words out of Jill's mouth in the movie. Literally, the first thing she says.
I'm not bright-eyed because I'm blind. So obviously I can't go to law school or any school. I can't make the world a better place because I can't see it.
I am sorry.
I'm not deaf. I'm blind.
I am sorry. Please sit down. What was your question?
That's how it starts, and that's how it continues for about 70 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
And the problem with the character development angle on Jill is they move the climax so far back in this movie that you never get to see the character develop.
No, and even at the end when the character development is
supposedly taking place,
supposed to have developed, she's still leaning on people for support.
And there's no reason to really believe much has changed.
No.
And I don't know, it's just she's super annoying. And yeah, I mean, Rob is bad. He's kind of a douche. And right. Erica starts out all right, but ends up slipping at the end. They're still way better than Jill. Jill is she's not a human being you want to spend 85 minutes with.
No.
If this were not a PG horror movie, you'd be rooting for her death.
I was anyway.
I know, sweetheart. We all know you were rooting for her death.
I mean, she seriously is the most aggravating character I've seen in a really long time.
Yeah, we're sitting here talking if this movie is better or worse than Birdemic. So that should give you an idea of where we're talking about on the scale. I think I would rather sit through this again than Birdemic. I believe you.
I would rather sit through Birdemic again, but just because this character pisses me off this much. I mean, this is, an hour and a half after we've rewatched the film, and I'm still very upset at this character.
She's very annoying, very aggravating, and very self-pitying, and it's so over the top, so overdone. Every line out of her mouth might as well be prefaced with "wah."
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking when they wrote this character.
I mean, I love how they paint her as someone who views herself and acts completely helpless, and yet still continues to do things that even sighted people would have a hard time doing under these circumstances.
Yeah.
Gets a spooky message, leaps into bed, goes right to sleep.
Yeah, that was...
It's stuff like that throughout the entire movie. There's no emotional continuity to it, and without the emotional continuity, there's no character development, so that means you're stuck the entire movie with 3 people you can't stand, in particular Jill, and there's just nothing else to this movie.
Because all Jill says for 70 minutes is, "I'm blind. I can't do anything. I'm blind."
Yeah, you'd swear the bitch was going to suffocate because she couldn't see the air to breathe.
Yeah.
I know they were trying to make her a pitiable character and a sympathetic one by giving her the blindness from like 2 years ago, I think it was.
A year.
They waffled on when and how a little bit. I don't think they had their stories quite consistent. But the bottom line is, she's not sympathetic. She's not pitiable. She's too far on the annoying scale. There's no subtlety. And they force you to spend as much time with her as they can.
So, recommendations.
Recommendations? Okay, I had to stretch for this one. My personal recommendation would have been that this be a movie you would show kids. I mean, after all, it's got a lot of the earmarks of a children's horror movie.
Right.
Rated PG. No blood and violence. No real death other than the very beginning there. No terrible scenes of horror, that after-school special message. But really, if you want a horror movie for kids, Hocus Pocus rocks, and Sarah Jessica Parker's hot in it. Yeah. Just go with that.
And it's not as boring.
Did I string that sentence together, Sarah Jessica Parker and hot?
Yeah.
Okay, it's true in Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
And you?
Well, the only people that I can think to recommend this to are people who are both blind and deaf. That way you cannot see the uninteresting visuals, and you cannot hear the trite dialogue.
So basically, you cannot partake in this movie in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I think we should just get out of this because we're running a little bit over. On that note, everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And do not watch Marsten Manor. Haunting of Marsten Manor. We are not putting this in the widget. Don't click it. We're not making any money from this. We're not even going to give you the Amazon link. Just skip it. Find something better. To watch Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Really good horror movie. Yeah. We should put that in this. That'd be better. See ya.
Bye. Boys and girls, how are you all today? My name is Crystal, and this is my friend Jill. Jill, say hello to the nice people. Yeah, what do you want? Well, we're here today to talk about all the new opportunities for young people growing up. I don't have any opportunities. Why not? I mean, why could you possibly not want to do anything with your life?
Crystal?
Yes?
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm practicing my ventriloquism. How's it going?
You don't have a puppet, and I can see your lips moving. I mean, it's pretty shitty, actually.
It's ventriloquism for the blind.
Oh. Kind of a niche market, wouldn't you say?
I think there's a great market for it.
Let me guess. You got this idea from that Marsten Manor movie.
Yep. What a